Oh, hello and welcome to What Are We Talking About with Jamie Jakes. I am him, and today we are here to talk about NFL running back draft prospect out of Michigan, Blake Corum. And the reason I decided to talk about him today is because I have a big Blake Corum conundrum. Because I've seen the fantasy community ranking him as high as the second running back draft prospect in this upcoming draft. Now, I knew he broke records at Michigan, but still it didn't quite make sense to me. Because if you combine his film from 2023 with his lack of receiving and his historic offensive line for Michigan that he was running behind, and the fact that he has the ripe old age of 23 years old, he is a real old man. Why was he being ranked in this class so high? Because this class, believe it or not, is a great class. We don't have the blue chips that we did with last season's class with Bijan and Gibbs, but we have studs all in that second tier of guys I'm really excited for. So I was surprised to see Blake Corum, who is one of the oldest running backs in this draft class, being ranked so high. I started to question, is the hype coming from Walmart Wolverines, hyping him up? Until I dug in and did a little bit more research, and I remembered that Blake actually had a season-ending knee injury that required surgery back in 2022. He had surgery in December of 2022, and if you look back at his production that season with fewer carries, he actually ran for 200 more yards for the Michigan Wolverines. So sure enough, I slapped on the film for 2022, and he looks like an entirely different player. His lateral quickness, his change of direction is way different. It kind of makes sense that after knee surgery late in 2022, this 2023 season, he wouldn't look quite as good, especially at the age of 23. Now, the real question is, can Blake come back to his 2022 form in the NFL? Because if he does, in my opinion, he'll be a great running back for a football team. He'll probably start in his first or second year and go on an amazing run if he can perform like he did back in 2022, which made me think, is there a good historical comp for what we're seeing with Blake Corum at the moment? I couldn't think of one that matches quite as well as him, but I did think of Nick Chubb, who exploded his knee his sophomore year for the Georgia Bulldogs after rushing for 1,500 yards his freshman season for Georgia. His junior season and his senior season trended up in the right direction, but he wasn't able to match his freshman year in college until he joined the NFL for the Cleveland Browns, kind of hit the ground running, literally, and now is one of the best running backs in the NFL if he is able to come back from his knee injury early this past season. So Blake didn't quite have the production that Nick Chubb had his freshman year, especially at Nick Chubb's age, his freshman year. So the question is, what is going to make me rank him as a top 3 running back in this draft class, or put him number 2 in this draft class with a lot of studs from the top to the bottom? And I think what I need to see out of him is a good combine performance. Combine performances, you take them or leave them, take them for what they're worth. But sometimes you got to see a little something out of these guys. So Blake is going to be one of the guys I'm most excited to see run the 40-yard dash, because allegedly his freshman year, he came in practice in Michigan and ran a 4.440. And if we see that, if we see a 4.43, a 4.44 40-yard dash out of Blake at the combine, not his pro day, I want to see it at the combine where he's running with everybody else, I might be all in, because I'm thinking maybe he does return back to that 2022 form. Tell me what you think. Do you think he was just a product of this Michigan offense, or do you think he has a ceiling higher even with his advanced age? Because we got 20-year-olds. We got guys who aren't going to. Braylon Allen for Wisconsin, he's not going to turn 21 until like week 17 or week 16 of this upcoming football season. It's a January birthday. So we have a lot of young guys who shined on film this year and have very, very good production, like Braylon, like Bucky Irving, for example, that I would rank ahead of Blake Corum at the moment. Tell me what you think. My name is Jamie Jakes. Please subscribe to the channel. Please leave a like if you liked the video. Thank you, and good night.